Now, hopefully, you can listen to me and everything is all right. So, all I said before in all this long chat, I was just asking you to give me a word of inspiration today. So, if there's any word you can come up with, you can just write it down in the chat so that it can sort of inspire a class. And I was also saying all you need is a nice, soft surface you can lie on. It doesn't have to be a mat, as you see. I just have a rug, so that's okay. We're just gonna start the class there, and I'm just gonna start to soften my knees and allow all my weight, starting to shut my eyes down. I'm gonna let all the weight of my body start to drop towards my feet, so that slowly I'm bringing more and more the awareness towards the lower bit of my body. Very good. With that feeling of heavy weight as my sacrum really drops down to my feet, my chest also drops. Every articulation is getting heavier towards the floor. I'm just gonna open my eyes and I'm gonna start to lift my heels slightly. So I'm just gonna start with that little shaking. So I sat in all that chat I had on my own. I was saying my word for today was release. So we're just gonna try to work on that release. So all I'm doing is I'm picking up my heels and I'm just letting a little bit of shaking happen, because part of this release sometimes needs to happen naturally through things like shaking, just releasing energy out of the body. So I'm just gonna let it all shake naturally. I'm having my toes grounded and I'm just picking up my heels and letting them drop up and down. I'm letting my shoulders go with it. I'm letting my trapezius really relax. Everything in my body, really letting go of it. Good. Wonderful. And I'm going to start for a second. And then I'm going to start to just mobilize the joints. Okay, so I'm going to go first through my ankle. I'm going to go through my ankle. Sorry for those of you who joined before and couldn't hear a thing. It was the mic not working, but we've sorted it. So anytime there's anything like that, please give me a shout and let me know, because otherwise I can spend the whole class talking by myself and it's not very nice. So that's it. And then we're going to go through the left ankle. So really, you can even go through the instep if that's more comfortable, whatever that really mobilizes the joint. Then I'm going to go through the knees. So really giving them some nice soft circles. So we're just trying to mobilize all those joints. We're going to go the other way around. Wonderful. And I'm going to make my legs a bit wider. I'm just going to go through my hips. I can even have my hands on them if I want. Nice and smooth through the whole circle. Just noticing if there's any bit that feels a little bit more sort of stuck or a little bit stiff. Just give that area special care, special breathing. Just really focus on that area. You can even go slower in that bit and you're going to reverse. Wonderful. Yeah. And from there, I'm going to go through my wrists. And I can do it as I do my hips, just a bit of coordination. Just really moving my wrists around. And I'm going to reverse. So I can reverse the circle of the hips if I want. And it's going to be a bit messy because, of course, one hand is wanting to. That's it. So working on that coordination first thing in the morning. There you go, going through those circles. Wonderful. And I'm just going to go through my shoulders and down. I can do a little bit of a plie, so flexing the knees when I'm coming down. Good. So that I can do a little contraction. So I'm letting the chest melt forward. Wonderful. And I'm really articulating through the whole circle in the shoulders. Inhaling, exhaling, last one. Ah, very good. And then we're going to go the other way around. So, yeah, just for my profile. Good. So I'm inhaling up. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Go. Two more. Exhale. Last one. Wonderful. And from there, just very nice and subtle because it's the first thing in the morning. Going with the skull. really tiny circles. The cervicals are like quite delicate in the morning because we've just been sleeping for a long time. We don't want to force it and have any muscle pull, so we're just gonna go very smoothly, articulating through the whole neck, and we reverse. That's wonderful. Okay. And from there, I'm just gonna go through my head. Okay, I'm gonna have my hands in my head and I'm gonna make them very heavy. Okay, so like it's like my hands are just gonna let my head drop. They're really pulling it down. So I'm gonna keep my hands there. They're not really pressing, they're just letting the whole weight of the arm be on my head. And I'm just gonna start to curl forward as I do this. So my hands are in my skull and I let the weight of my arms and head take me down to the floor, just to wherever I can. If this is a place, that's completely okay. Just everyone needs to just go to that place that's gonna make you stretch a little bit, but without going too far. And then you send the sacrum down and articulate the spine all the way up. We're to the ceiling. So I'm interlacing my fingers, look at my palms. Back again. I place my hands in the back of my skull and I make them very heavy. And as I do, it's like my chest wants to hollow towards the ceiling. Very good. And I'm really stretching all that lower back, heavy chest. Wonderful. Nice. My feet are still very heavy. And there you go. Now from there, pressing on the feet, sacrum comes down, pubic bone picks up. We're just gonna do two more. So I'm inhaling, arms up. Exhale, placing my hands, letting the weight of my hands curl me down. Heavy skull, stretching the whole back of my spine. Exhale. Now, if I need to release a sound, if I feel like there's a little bit of constraint somewhere, just let it really release. So really use this session to do whatever your body's asking you to. Feel free. I won't get angry if you don't follow all the instructions. Yeah. So actually, I would be very pleased if you don't follow all the instructions and if you just do whatever your body's asking you to do. So yeah, so within the same exercise, we can always get quite free. You know, if I feel like I'm a bit stuck here, I can stay here and breathe. Start to just notice what feels good and what doesn't, and let that guide you. Last one, inhaling, and hands on the back of my head. And I'm really gonna release a sound here. So whichever sound you need to release, let that chest melt with that sound because it's gonna help you really activate that voice, those lungs. Very good. Nice. Now from there, gonna release my hands and I'm gonna place my feet a little bit farther away from each other, and I'm gonna hold my elbows, bending, having my knees a bit soft. And from there, I'm just gonna draw like an 8 on the floor. So I'm like bouncing from side to side, like a gorilla on my hips, just hanging the upper body, nice and grounded hips. Very good. Just let it really go. And I'm gonna let my arms go to the floor. Very good. Yeah. And I'm just gonna say yes and no. Okay, so really releasing the neck. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully you don't have a mic there in the middle of the way. So you're really letting your head nod and your head say no. Good, 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 good. Now from there, I'm just gonna have and place my hands a little bit more forward on the mat. And I'm gonna bring my feet a bit more narrow. And I'm just gonna go deepening that downward dog. Now, if my heels are up, that's completely okay. So stay up there. If you can drop them down, keep them down. Now, my hands are pressing nice and strongly towards the mat, and I'm reaching my sit bones all the way back in a long line and starting to try to engage my chest with it. Very good. Now from there, I'm just going to start to pick up the heels and walk. So I'm walking with my feet up and down, just as down as I can. Yeah, that's it. Very good. So it's all about the journey, not about what you get right now. So really trying to mobilize those hips. Very good. Mobilizing them a little bit more. You can even sort of swing them a bit. And from there, I'm just gonna bring my feet slightly more apart and walk with my feet towards my hands. Again, softening those knees and sending the sacrum down and coming all the way up. Good. Now we're gonna do a little bit of we're gonna do a little bit of sun salutation. So we're gonna be first of all. Now my hands are by both sides of my body, and I need, if you don't have much space this way, I want you to go just to the edge of the mat or rack, whatever you've got there. Okay. And I'm just gonna mark the sequence for a second. You can look at it, or if you want, you can just do it as you look at me, and then we'll do it a couple of times there. It just gets integrated. So we're gonna inhale up. As we exhale, we come on. Then we let the chest melt to go all the way down. From here, I'm gonna place my hands on the floor, and I'm gonna bring my left leg back. Okay, so I'm here in this position, and I'm gonna stay there for a second. Nice. Now I'm gonna bring my feet back to a table. Then I'm gonna bring my knees down. Feet are placed on the floor, and I'm gonna start to try to send my chest forward. So it's like I send my chest first. Very good. Then I'm gonna go back up from the heart like a cobra. Then I'm gonna go up with my sit bones, place my feet on the ground, reallocate them, walk with my hands, and come all the way back up. Okay? So it's a bit modified from the original version, but we're just gonna do this one. So we're gonna go again. So arms are up, inhaling. As we exhale, we bring those arms down. As we do, we melt the heart all the way down. Now bending the knees slightly, I'm gonna take my right leg back. Good. From there, I bring my left one. I stay in my plank. Now softening those elbows, I'm gonna first bring the knees down, feet down, then chest goes first. Chest, chest, chest. Very good. And I'm on the floor, pressing on the hands to lift the heart up to the ceiling. Then I lift my sit bones. Very good. Place them in parallel. Walk with my hands towards my feet. Soften the knees. Come all the way up. Wonderful. Okay. And because the transition normally we're going to finish there, but in this one we're finishing back. I want you to do 2 steps forward. You're going to do those steps just being very heavy in the hips, because I purposely want you to really go with those walks. Okay, so we're going to go from here, just really heavy and really heavy to be back in the starting position. And we go again. Inhale. Exhale, melting the heart, going all the way down, bending the knees, taking my left leg out. I'm staying there nice and grounded. Bring my other leg out. Release the knees, release the feet. Heart goes forward. Very good. I send the heart up now. Sit bones up to the ceiling. Feet parallel, walking with my hands, softening, coming up. And 1 and 2 steps. Last one. Inhale up to the ceiling. Exhale. Melt the heart. Bending the knees. I'm going to go now with my right foot. I stay there. Go for my plank with my left. I bring the knees down. Feet down. Chest goes forward first. Very good. Heart out for your cobra. Very good. Sit bones up. And walking with your hands. Softening knees. Up and a walk. And a walk. Nice. So wonderful. Nice. Very good. So from there, we're just going to do this side position. So we're going to be on our sides, hands are here, and I'm going to open the right groin, sending it away from me. Very good. And then I'm going to go through the other side. And again, so really opening that groin. Right. Very good. And the left. Wonderful. And let's go back to a lunge. So we're going to be in this position, bending the left knee and just really releasing in there. That's it. So trying to make sure the back foot is quite strong in there, because we're going to go into a warrior. So we're going to press on both feet to lift, hands up to the ceiling, and stay in that position. Nice. And then we're going to come down. Now, in this case, the foot is going to be placed on the floor, facing forward. I just want you to notice the difference, how it feels different, okay? It's kind of more difficult to support in there. So the right toes are pointing forward, and I'm going to go again. So I breathe in that position, stay in there, really pressing through the whole sole in the right. And down. We're just going to do one more. Bending the knee. And up again. Heart up. Looking in the middle of both arms. Heart up to the ceiling. And from there, I'm just going to change my arms to the front. Bimbo's also doing his downward dog. So your arms are nice and long. Very good. Breathing into that position, finding that center. Make sure your left foot is not sleeping. It's really pressing. Very good. And from there, I'm going to bring my hand towards my shin, and I'm going to stay here. So I can either grab myself here or below. And I'm just going to stay in that torsion. Lifting my right hand up to the ceiling. Breathing into that stretch. Okay. Coming back. Very good. Let's go to the other side so we can literally just twist. Okay, so this right foot is going to be in parallel, and at this point, we'll still have the heel picked up on the left. So we're here. Very good. Bimbo wants to go out. So we're going to stay in that position. Very good. And from there, we're going to lift the arms up to the ceiling, still keeping the foot in that position. And I want you to feel how this is nice and supported in the back leg. Very good. Breathing. Up there, last breath, and down. Now from there, we're going to change the foot. So my left foot is pointing forwards again, but I'm still pressing through the whole sole, and I go back to that warrior. Arms up, looking in the middle of the arms. Side goes far. Beautiful. Nice and deep breath. And rest. And let's do the last one. Inhaling. As we exhale, we're going to go all the way, pressing through the whole sole. Nice. Wonderful. Now from there, let's swap the direction. So we're in this position. We still cup the legs in the same position. Just twist the body. And make sure we're pressing through the whole sole of the right and left feet. There you go. Very good. Now from there, we're going to go, one hand goes down. Now it can either be here or a little bit higher, wherever it's sort of comfortable. And then we're going to go twisting our body up to the ceiling. Breathing into it and finding that balance. Very, very good. That's it. So my right foot is pressing like crazy. I'm not forgetting about it. Wonderful. Coming all the way up. And relax for a second. So we're just going to shake it a little bit. Just shake the feet. Really shake it with energy. Quite a lot of energy. Yeah. Just always worried that this one starts to do funny things because it has already. That's it. And then the other leg. So really, really, really sing nice. A lot, even more. Just let it get looser. And let's go with the arms. I'm just gonna really shake them. Shake all that energy out of your body. So really, really strongly, a bit quicker. And I really want you to shake as much as you can. So you're letting the arms swing very good. And from there, we're just gonna go from side to side. So you're gonna let a natural swing happen in your body. And you let this hand just naturally go. It's gonna hit you a bit. But it's okay, just let it do it. Good. So just energizing your body through the twist and the torsion and let the momentum take you. And start to let the head relax as much as you can so it sort of follows the movement. Good. Now, if we need to release the sound, we can just release the sound. Good. Wonderful. Okay, last one. Okay, and slowly coming back to center. Okay, letting all the energy stay within us. From here, we're just gonna grab our hand and we were gonna mark the beginning of a journey that's gonna take us all the way down to the floor. So I want you to just trust your intuition here and let your body do it. So I'm just gonna imagine I put my hand here. So this is gonna be the beginning of my journey to the floor. So my hand is gonna go all the way through my body, okay? It's gonna really travel all the way around my body to melt me all the way down. Good. So the aim is not that we end up in any position particularly, just that you let all that melting take you. So we can either end up lying down, we can just end up kneeling, whatever it is, okay? So just let it happen. And slowly we're going to bring more weight into it. So we're starting with one hand, wherever you feel like. It can either be here, wherever. And just little by little, imagine you're the most viscous of liquids. Okay, so you're a very viscous liquid. And your muscles don't want to work. So they're very lazy and they're very, very, very heavy. Your bones, your muscles, it's all very heavy. And the most important thing is that your hands keep traveling through your body. Good. When you feel like you've gone to the end of the movement, you're going to go up with that spiral that it goes and travels up your body in the opposite way to bring you all the way up. Okay, so sort of getting the dynamic of it. It's very free. Don't feel obliged to take any instructions I'm giving. Just feel free. But the premise is there's just a point where I'm starting and I'm letting it all melt until another point, and then from that point I'm going all the way upwards. I can finish in a different spot than I started or the same one. Completely up to you. Actually completely up to your body. So just don't think about it. Just let it happen. So only thing you need to establish is the first point. It's gonna be my first point. And then I'm just gonna let all that take me through the journey that it needs to take. I'm not judging my journey. I'm just letting it exist. And then I'm gonna go the opposite way. Nice and heavy. And again, if there's any sound that needs release, we're just gonna let it go. We can even interchange the hands if we feel like it. Feel free. Feel free to go all the way to the floor. Feel free to explore a jump. Feel free to explore whatever you want. Make it even simpler. You know what your body feels like today. Someone might feel like moving a lot. Someone might feel like just going really slowly and like really, really heavy and really not doing much of a journey. Well, then that's your journey today. There you go. Just listening to whatever your body's asking for today. And I'm gonna take just two counts of 8 to go all the way down to the floor. So if you're up, you're gonna come to the floor. If you're down, you're gonna stay with me on the floor and just make sure you end up lying down, okay? So just lying down. Sorry for that. In that position, knees are bent, hands are both sides of our bodies. And I'm just gonna start to notice my breathing in here. Is there any difference? Did this movement create some sort of energy? How is my body feeling right now? Am I calm? Am I anxious? Just trying not to judge it, allowing the observation to just tell us what's going on. Good. Now, if I feel like there's a little bit of something stuck in my chest, I'm gonna just let it go. So I'm gonna start to tap in my chest. And I'm gonna start to make sounds. So really letting all that all the way up to the throat. If you need to do an oh, you need to do an ooh, whatever it is that you need to do, just let it go out without judging it. Through the whole chest. Beautiful. Let that sound release happen. And then we're gonna go through the lower belly. And you're gonna start to make sounds there again. They're different, just let them be different. If they're the same, let them be the same. Yeah, really, really letting it happen. That's it. Beautiful. Stay in the belly for 2 seconds more. Really giving it some energy and softening all those tensions in there. You can keep letting the voice go. We're gonna stay with our hands just on top of the hips. I'm just gonna find that calm there for a second. Just finding that place of calm and of warmth. And I'm gonna just focus on the contact of my hands in my pelvis. And from there, I'm just gonna start to imagine I'm sending my thighs away from me. So I'm just like gonna really pull my thighs away from my pelvis. Okay, so I'm scratching with my hands. Not scratching, I'd say. It's more like putting pressure on my hands in order to take them, take those away from me. Very good. And then I'm gonna bring my knees into my chest and I'm gonna squeeze them in. And as I do, I'm gonna start to swing from side to side. Very good. Starting to let the head go so that it really follows the movement. Let gravity take your head. Nice. Really let it do it. Beautiful. Good. And you're gonna cross the one leg on top of the other one from the knee. And you're gonna bring your outside knee towards you, just giving yourself some nice glute stretch this morning. And keep focusing on your breathing. How it expands your pelvis as you inhale. How you can exhale. Give you some sort of support through the middle body. And let's change the legs. I'm having my right leg that I'm pulling towards me now. Yeah, if there's any tension there in the glute, really focusing on melting those muscles. Great. Now I'm gonna go back to the floor and I'm just gonna walk with my feet. So I'm gonna go 1 and 2 and and free. How nice it feels. Yeah. So if you've got neighbors, I always say this, but it's actually quite true. Poor neighbors. You're gonna hate me. Just make sure you sort of make it a bit softer. But if you don't have neighbors, go for it. That's it. It's not that early though. Well, it's not that early here because it's 1 hour ahead from you guys in the UK. Good. And two more. Very good. Now I'm just gonna let one leg cross on top of the other one. Okay, now my left leg, so my right is on top of my left. My left is gonna go straight, and then I'm just gonna twist my body, pulling my right knee towards my side, towards my armpit, left armpit. And I'm standing there, trying to get the maximum stretch out of it, breathing into it. Now, if I can, I try to keep my right shoulder on the floor / mat. And I can even look towards that side. And I'm breathing into that nice deep stretch. And then I'm going to make my belly heavy to come back to center and change. So I put my left leg on top and I'm going to go all the way to my right hand side. And I actually missed this. So my right leg is long here. And I'm looking towards my left, trying to keep my shoulders nice and heavy on the floor. Really letting that back stretch. Okay. Heavy belly. Nice. And from there, last stretch, guys. I'm just going to have my hands in the back of my head. And I'm just going to pull my neck towards the right a little bit. So like in a diagonal. To really stretch my neck there. Then back to center. And then to the left. And I release again. And let's go just once more. Towards the left first. Towards the center. Breathing in the back of my upper back. Towards the right. Okay. And slowly. Just stretching, last stretch that we want to do for this morning. Whatever that you need to do. That's it. And let's come slowly back up to sitting. Nice. Wonderful. Nice work, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I didn't know who I had over there. If you don't have an account, don't worry, because sometimes some people are like, I don't have an account, so I cannot give a comment. But if you can, just say hi, because it's nice to know who's there. And yeah, so today there is mat Pilates class for beginners, intermediate. So if you have never done it, come try it. If you have done just a bit, go for it too. And this is happening in Spanish though. So my Pilates class in English happens on Mondays, Monday evening at 6 UK time, and at 6:45 there is a stretching relaxation session that's also really cool. So yeah, feel free to join if you enjoyed this. What else do we have? Yeah, so next, actually tomorrow, there is a fitness class at 9 UK time. Yeah, 9 UK time. Yeah, there you go. And that's much more cardio, a little bit of abs, like all sort of, legs will work through the whole body, and it's quite more up tempo and loads of fun with music. So yeah, join me tomorrow for that one if you can, and hope to see you around. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you know anyone who would enjoy this or could benefit from it, please do recommend it. And I just hope to see you soon here. And I hope you have a wonderful day today and you feel a little bit more awake and present. So yeah, see you soon. Mwah. Take care of yourself.